What's going on, welcome back to the channel. So I have a final review video on the Street Machine group build hosted by Blue Ox over there. I'll link in the description to his channel. So he has hosted the first annual, actually, the Street Machine group build. So basically we build any type of car, basically, just mod it a little bit. Basically, new wheels, different wheels, possibly engine swap, and of course a nice paint job, which what makes a Street Machine. So this is what I chose. This is the Revell 1956 Chevy Del Ray. It's basically a fancier version of the Bel Air. Well, it technically is a Bel Air, just more fancier version. So this is actually a very cool kit. I've been wanting to do this kit for a while, and I figured perfect moment to why not use it in the group build, and it actually looks really good, and I'm pretty glad I did it. So let's go ahead and show you what I did to it. So the main color, I went with the two-tone, and this kind of took me a bit to figure out, because these type of cars, there's tons of pictures online. I mean, there's like blue and gray, there's blue and white, there's a pink one out there. I mean, there's tons of them, and I've been looking on Google, I've been looking at all kinds of picture websites and stuff, and even Instagram, and it took me a good minute to figure out the color combo, because there's so many different ways you can take this with different colors. And I figured, let's do a poppy orange with like a dark gray. I thought, I never thought that would look too good. I was like, let me give it a try and see how it looks. And it actually looks really good. So the orange is, both these colors are splash paints, just in case you're wondering. The orange is Splash Paints Twister Orange. It's actually a Ford Mustang color, which is pretty cool. So I used that color on my older builds, and it still had a little bit left over. So I figured I might as well use that bottle up on this build. And it actually looks pretty good. It's not too orangey, it's not too poppy, where it's like in your face, but yet not too light. I mean, it looks perfect. I mean, it looks amazing. And then the gray is Splash Paints Machine Gray, which has like a little bit of metallic flake into it, but yet not too much. And it's a not like a dark gray, but not too light either. I mean, it's a perfect color, and it looks amazing with this orange. And I'm actually really glad I went with this route. I mean, it looks pretty dope. And then, of course, all of the chrome, we did all the chrome trim, and that is all bare metal foil. So very cool, and I'm pretty glad how that turned out. Haven't dealt with bare metal foil within like probably a year or two, so I had to get back into a swing of things with that. But got it figured out, and it worked out pretty good. Just bare metal foil, you just gotta work with it. It's a love and hate relationship with that stuff. I mean, you hate it because it's a pain to work with, but it does look beautiful once it's finished. And basically, to get it to shiny, just polish it, give it a nice polish coat, and it really brings out that bare metal foil just to a nice chromy finish. It looks really good. So all of the chrome, like the bumpers, the mirrors, even the tail light assembly, even the wheels, all the chrome, like accessories, has been stripped, and I repainted the chrome in Molotov chrome pen, or the chrome liquid. I got the refill, and I was like, let me try this stuff for a sec, or for the first time. So I sprayed it with my airbrush, and it actually looks really good. The Molotov, it has to go on pretty thick to get it that ultimate shine. Don't put it on light, because it kind of was like a matte finish. So put it on pretty thick, and it looks really good. And it looks, I'm really happy how that turned out. So that's pretty cool. The wheels are 3D printed. I found there's this guy on Codes 3D. He has like over 1,000 different wheel options. So I was going through his his little site there, and I came across these. I thought these looked pretty cool. I forgot the name of them, but I did see this wheel package on this car, in real life, but they're like a deep dish. I didn't really want a deep dish. I kind of wanted like a solid wheel. So, but this is the look I went for, and it looks pretty cool. And I sized them up so the kit tires can fit them. So these tires that are they came in the kit. So that's pretty cool. And I thought the tires were a pretty good shape and form. Originally, Revell kind of makes tires kind of thick and wheels too small. but in this case, these wheels or tires, I should say, combo is actually pretty nice. So very cool. I really love how that turned out. Let's move on to the interior. The interior, I did a brown. I thought a brown would look pretty good in this color combo because I didn't want like a you know, like a black interior. I think that would be too dark, and then, you know, I didn't want a poppy color because basically on the exterior with the orange is pretty poppy alone. So I thought brown looked pretty good, and it does. It settles this car perfect. The carpet has been flocked. I used brown flocking. Dashboard is 3 different pieces. You got the top piece, center, and bottom. Bottom portion is brown. The center is the Molotov chrome pen, and then the top part is the body color, the orange, but I didn't clear it. Obviously, I kept it matte. So it looks pretty cool. And then the extra thing I put in, I had to put in a shifter, a 3D printed shifter, because the engine I put in here, I put in a manual transmission with that engine. So I needed a shifter because this kit, with the kit engine, it has an automatic transmission. So it has a column shifter, but you know, I use a manual transmission, so I need a manual shifter. So we got that in there, and then I went ahead and I figured finish it off with some fuzzy dice. So I put in some white fuzzy dice on the mirror, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really happy how the interior turned out, and I also go for racing the seat belts. Just, you know, black, just finish it off, and the interior looks pretty good. I'm really happy how that turned out. The chassis is pretty basic, you know, basic chassis. It's black. I could have done body color, but I didn't really want to. So the black, like a semi-gloss black type deal. The axle is gloss black, and the exhaust is just aluminum from Alclad. So it looks pretty good. So chassis, nothing too major about there, but you know, chassis looks pretty good. But overall, the whole build looks amazing. As soon as it swings around here, we're gonna go ahead and take a deep dive into the engine. The engine is actually a fully 3D printed engine. Let's take the hood right off right here. I did cut the hinges off because the hinges, I never work with the hinges. The hinges never work for me. So in that engine bay, it's sunk down in there pretty deep, but this is a fully 3D printed Chevy Corvette engine, supercharged. So we went ahead and did an engine swap, of course, to make it a true street machine. Obviously, you gotta do an engine swap. So I figured, you know what, let's put a modern engine in this classic 1956 Chevy. You know, I see quite a bit of these Bel Airs type deal with Corvette engines, and I think it looks pretty cool. So I went ahead and did that. A guy on Instagram and Facebook, he's also on Facebook and Instagram. He has a Code 3D page, and he makes beautiful engines. I mean, outstanding, stunning engines. So as soon as I saw this Corvette engine, a supercharged Corvette engine, I thought, oh my god, yes, this has to go into a Bel Air. So I figured, you know what, let's do it, and I got it stuck in there. It actually fit perfect. There's hardly any modifications that I do to it, so I'm really happy how that turned out. I mean, it fit into the interior fine, you know, under interior. I used the stock drive shaft that came in the kit. I didn't have to do any modifications to that, so that was amazing. So it's basically, I just had to cut some pieces here and there where the stock engine would mount, but overall it just slid in there and it fits perfect. So I'm really happy how I did that. The radiator is also 3D printed. Of course, the kit engine has a manual radiator. This one needs an electric one, so I went ahead and did an electric fan. 2 electric fans on this radiator surround, and it looks pretty good. So I did a custom or 3D printed radiator, and I had to do a custom made you know, cage or strap, you want to do it, or you want to call it, to attach to the roll cage to the body. So did that, and then, you know, plumbed it, wired it, all that fun stuff. And you know, so the engine cover, I did the same body color, which is the Twister orange, and then the top of a supercharger I did machine gray, but I did not clear that because it's a supercharger. That thing is pretty hot, and you know, sometimes the clear coat can peel off, you know, when it's really hot. So they're not going to bother clearing it. They just paint it and left it as is. And then the main engine block is all silver from Alclad. You can't really see much of an engine anyway with the engine cover, but it's in there and it looks pretty cool. The belts and pulleys are pretty amazing. They're all separate. the pulleys, or I'm sorry, the belts are actually electrical tape. I didn't, I wasn't so sure how to do that, so I figured I'll do some electrical tape, and electrical tape turned out to be a beautiful match. I mean, electrical tape is not too thick, whereas out of scale it's also not too thin. It looks amazing. Not much you can see right now of it. I mean, it's kind of hidden there, but it's obviously in there, and I think the electrical tape really suits it, and it looks pretty good. But other than that, that's it. That's the whole build, and overall the thing just turned out amazing. Took a bit to build it, but it's definitely worth it, and it just turned out to be a beautiful model. So yeah, probably a cool group build. As soon as I heard this group was coming out, or mounts it, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, Street Machine group build, this is all me. Engine swap, new wheels, and then a nice paint job. Heck yeah, that's all me. So, but other than that, a fun group build, fun build overall. The kit, I highly do recommend the kit. The kit put together perfect. Probably I wouldn't recommend it to a first timer. Probably, if you're kind of trying to get into glue kits, then yes, this kit would be perfect for you. There's no fitment issues. All the glass went in perfect. Everything fits perfect. But other than that, guys, that's it for this build, and it turned out absolutely incredible. I'll have a separate video of it, of a slideshow video of it being built from the ground up. I stopped doing those videos because wasn't sure if people liked it, but people are asking me what happened to those videos, so I'll start doing those videos again. But other than that, guys, that's it for this build, and stay tuned to the end of the video. I got a picture of it in the photo booth. But other than that, guys, until my next video, that's for the Street Machine group build, and I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.